Welcome back, everybody. We are live on the show floor. This is NBAA TV Live. I am joined now by Joe Damato with NBAA. Joe, thanks for joining us.
I'm thrilled to be here. This is fantastic.
I know your focus is workforce development,
Yes.
right, and talent retention, and you guys had several sessions here focused on that topic. Let's talk about a big picture first.
We did. Well, everything we've been focusing on, and especially here in 2019, has to do with attracting the next generation and retaining the amazing professionals we already have. So we're solving issues that are now and future issues.
Which everybody's dealing with,
Yes.
right? This is a really, really important topic.
Yes.
I know you guys did 4 specific sessions. Let's start with diversity and inclusion.
We did. So we packaged 4 sessions together. We plugged them in each session. So it was really cool as we had some people with full dance cards. We did one on diversity and inclusion. It's something that our hiring managers need to appreciate, both from a data perspective, what is diversity and are we diverse as an industry when you look at the rest of what the country looks like, and then what are best practices for inclusion and what type of work do we all need to do to make sure that we are the best that we can be, a world-class industry.
Which really leads to diversity of thought, which is better for business, right?
Yes.
Better culture. I mean, really, there's just no question this is really important.
Right. The best thing I think General Levitt said yesterday in her remarks was it's about diversity of thought.
Yes.
If we all think the same way, we're going to arrive at solutions quickly, but without any creativity. So let's do the work. Diversity of thought will allow us to get there.
And let everyone be their authentic self, right?
That is
we
the
had a
most
conversation about
important
that.
thing. Well, that's what we talked about at our Developing Women Leaders panel.
Oh, perfect.
So
nice transition.
one of the other sessions we did, we had an aspirational panel of women, and what we talked about was the importance of them being vulnerable and being authentic. And we talked to the women in the audience. Some of the critical advice that was given is if you are not able to be yourself, you probably need to find a better fit. And peer-to-peer mentoring and vertical mentoring is probably the way that you can get that shoe to fit properly. What is the best fit for you in this industry? And so I was very excited that that was one of our 4 of the 4 also that we put together.
So we've got diversity and inclusion women, right? And then hiring our heroes. Let's talk about that.
We've spent a lot of time, and we're not going to stop focusing on the talent pipeline and encouraging youth to come into aviation, but at the same time, we have transitioning military.
Absolutely.
They're interested in aviation. They are vetted already. They probably have security clearances already. They have passed drug tests already. They are disciplined in a different way. And what we're trying to do with hiring our heroes is encourage our members to take advantage of corporate fellowship programs and look at how bringing veterans into our industry is an excellent way for us to address our now problems while we're also encouraging the youth to start developing themselves to be our future workforce.
When we interviewed Chuck Hodges, I know we talked about it being a 12-week program. So for 12 weeks, the employer can figure out if this is a good fit, and the former military person can figure out if it's a good fit. I mean, what could be better than that?
All while they're on active duty. So that is not like the company is paying for the person to do the 12-week fellowship.
Amazing.
DoD is paying for it.
Right.
It's an active duty assignment, and the intent is, hopefully by week 2 or 3, the company says, you're a great fit. We're telling you now that in 12 weeks we want you. And then it's just a matter of time for them to finish their service, and they come right into a job they're already trained and prepared for.
And spouses too, right, if I remember correctly?
I love that. So we learned with the today's generation retiring that the decision they make whether to stay in the military or retire is based on the career their spouses have been able to build.
Wow,
and if those resources exist for the spouses, that transition is going to be so much better for the entire family.
I thought that was so interesting. That was something I learned for sure here. All right, so the 4th one was on management, right?
Yes.
Manager solutions. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, we're focused on retention. Our upcoming leadership conference in February in Orlando.
In Orlando, our hometown.
The theme is retention.
Yes.
And so this was actually a precursor to a session that we're going to do there.
Cool.
But Dr. Chris Broyhill on the Business Aviation Management Committee did the 3rd in a 3-year series of surveys. He's done work-life balance, he's done compensation. This summer he did one on leadership culture.
Wow.
We talked about the top 15 attributes a manager needs to have or should be working on if they feel like they don't score high in those areas. And those are key to the leader retaining their current workforce. And they're also the attributes that are really important to those that work for those leaders.
Right,
so it was we came in from both sides on that one. It was a great panel.
Yeah, that is interesting. You got to think about the leader retaining the employees or the folks,
You know, we learned the #1 thing from that survey that leaders and followers ranked as the #1 leadership attribute, integrity.
Really?
And the other 3 were exactly the same, just in different order. Lead by example.
Right.
Engagement. and communication.
Oh, that's interesting.
Top 4
Which
were
is
the
key.
same, but integrity was number 1 among both groups.
Wow, that's so interesting
Yeah,
and
it's
so
fantastic.
important for retention.
Yes, yes.
So I know also there's a focus on the new folks coming into the industry,
There
right?
is,
Graduated
yeah.
from college. Tell us a little bit about what's been happening at the NBAA booth
Yes,
right behind us.
Yeah, right behind us. So many of us are part of collegiate aviation programs. We love to go back as alumni. We love to connect. So we did, at our Connection Zone area at the booth, we did Collegiate Connect this year.
Cool.
Every day we wanted the college students who are here with us to start their day at the booth. So consider this their home, away from home. They're our future workforce, but they shouldn't have to wait until they're working in industry to feel like they belong at NBAA. So this was an opportunity for them to network with each other, to learn some skills or practice some skills. I pulled people up on stage. We practiced eye contact, handshake. We had a headshot lounge where they could take new profile pictures for LinkedIn. We did resume review. We did some mock interview things. And you know what was really cool is as they asked questions, sometimes it wasn't us, the veterans, answering the questions. We had peers answering their questions.
Smart.
This was a professional, focused, well-dressed, poised, prepared group, hundreds of them. And the biggest question we got was, what resources are available to them?
Right,
So we were able to plug our scholarships. There's so many they can take advantage of.
Wow.
And I think our scholarship applications will probably go through the roof this year as a result.
What a resource for these folks coming into the industry. And they're not even out of college yet.
They're not.
That's what's so important, I think.
It was hard
Getting a jump start.
Yeah, it was hard to remember they're not already in our workforce.
Right.
But I will tell you that they were not the only ones at these events. There were a lot of employers that were looking to meet with them, and I think a lot of the students that spent time with us on Property this week will have job offers very soon.
Wow.
That's what we're trying to do here.
That's incredible. That's the whole point. And the future is bright, right?
Yes,
when you see
yes,
these students,
yes.
incredible.
Absolutely.
Jo, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Not only for all that you do, but also for joining us right here. We
This
appreciate
was fun,
it very
yeah.
much.
So glad you're here. Thank you,
Good,
Carrie.
absolutely.
All right.
We'll take you back to some recorded content from other things that have been happening on NBAA TV. For now, I'm Carrie Fairdeck, and we'll be back in just a little bit.